All right. So, last stream we finished the final trail. We're down to two more overworld maps. And today we're starting the last city. We're going to do a city in the bottom right corner and then an island with a town on it in the top right. And after that, we can start getting into writing the events, building out the interiors of all the buildings, and most importantly, putting in trainers and putting in the people that'll populate this Pokemon game. Also, for this stream, I found this great just Pokemon Diamond and Pearl jazz playlist. Because the box art for the Pokemon remakes, well, and also for Legends, came out today, and so I thought it'd be fun to play some of that. I mean, also because I'm making a Pokemon game. But with that being said, I'm gonna create a map, and then we're gonna get to building. I know you can't see it, but I'm just putting in the dimensions of the city. And there we go. Be able to see that. As always, the first thing I do is cover it with grass. And now we're going to bring in, for reference, the edges of the maps that'll be adjacent to this town, which is going to be right here. And we'll drop it down a bit to give us room. And the eastern. This. And that's what we're going to have to synergize. And I think we saw this last time on stream, but I can't act like this is all my space, because after I build these out, I'm gonna shift the entire map to the left and also up. We're gonna basically move everything here to this corner, which means I'm gonna have a lot more room down here than I can currently see on the map. But let's just start building this out. And then we can talk about the specifics of what's going in this town. If you'll notice, the naming is very bland for this game, and that is, I promise that is intentional. What I'm going for is this game is just going to be normal theme. And your starters are going to be normal type Pokemon. And you're going to build it out from there on your own, build out your team. And so with that in mind, I've been choosing very bland names, like the Western Trails on the west side, the Northern Trails on the northern side, Central Trails in the middle, right? And then if you look at the cities and towns, we got Haverage Town, Handard City, which is just average and standard. With a couple, letters dropped or added. And then North City, which this one's my favorite because North City is going to have them all in it. So when the player goes into this building, when we build it out, it's going to say it's normal or normal. But anyways, and again, it's really just because this is my test. This is my test build for a open world Pokemon game. And if it works out, and after I figure out everything that goes into it, I totally plan on, getting a little bit more intense with everything, and actually keeping the theming. I think it'd be fun to do games where it's like, oh, this one's water themed, and this one is fighting themed, and this one's dark themed. I think that that's just a fun space to play. Now this is interesting. It looks like we have 3 cliffs over here, which makes sense. These are the normal 2, and we added one to it. But the Eastern Trail only has 2. And now that I look at this is actually really interesting. This is actually only 1. You have this one that goes around here, and then it goes 1 across to here, and then this goes up and down and connects, and then you get 2, and then it goes down here. So we have an extra cliff that we're going to have to be aware of, and ultimately, I mean, put somewhere in this city. We're going to have to build it out. So that's pretty inconvenient, but ultimately it's going to force us to be a little bit more creative in how we build out our map. So right now, I'm just gonna end the cliff face. And if I want to pull some of it farther into the town or farther into the city, I can totally do that. I can totally bring this farther down. But not necessary right now. Next, make sure that we get this right. I'm going to drop in these trees. I love this music. This music's actually from a YouTuber. They're Insane in the Rain music. Highly recommend checking. I mean, I'm no one to shout out because I have no audience, but I really like it. We're gonna have to figure out how far we want these trees to go down. I'm putting right now. I don't need to do everything, but I do need to make sure that I line up our two maps so that I know where the paths are when I cut it off. And this is interesting. We're going to have 2 different kinds of trees on this map, which means we need to transition between those trees somehow. And what I'm thinking I'll do is I think I'll bring these rocks down like I said I could potentially do. I think that dragging these rocks down may make it easier to bring these trees together without creating a lot of contrast. Okay, so we have the trees, the water, the roads, this tree line. I mean, not all of it, but enough to know where it is. I think I'm comfortable with dragging it up. And that's where it actually rests. So with that in mind, There we go. Now we actually have the structure that we're going to be working with. And like I said, I want to bring these down so that I can end this tree line, and I don't just keep bringing these trees down and these trees over until they connect. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to bring this down a bit too, this upper. I've been thinking a lot about the Diamond and Pearl remakes, because people have been talking about the what additional content will be added to the Pokemon franchise in it. Honestly, I don't have the faintest clue, but I'm definitely not going to pre-order it personally. I definitely think there's a lot of value in waiting in this case and seeing what it's like. Because the other thing is, so this is I really struggle with playing remakes if I've already played the original. Like, last stream I talked about playing Link's Awakening. I'd never played it. I never played the original. So, like, for me it was an opportunity to play the for me to really play the game and see what it's about, you know? And I enjoyed it. But, like, I grew up playing Diamond. And so I'm really, really interested to know what is actually going to be substantially different about it. Because I don't think Pokemon has a great track record currently of innovating. I think it's pretty well established that they've been making the same games for a long time, and they're just now getting out of that rut, right? With, I mean, you can, with, like, going back to Pokemon Snap, that was a one-off game 20 years ago. It's different from other games that they've made. So I would say that that's them, you know, trying to diversify the Pokemon playing, like, the pool of games you can play. And then there's Arceus, which, I mean, Arceus initially looked like everything I wanted. Because, I mean, shortly after Breath of the Wild came out, which I've talked about before, I absolutely love, a bunch of people online were like, oh man, imagine this, but it's Pokemon. And I was like, you guys are being too optimistic. I'm not big into the speculation, personally. And so I didn't really entertain it. And then, like, it happened, you know, you see this game trailer where it's an open world 3D game. You're running around exploring and there's just Pokemon. And I mean, it looked like what everyone would want. But then I just gotta wonder, like, what is it? What is the game actually going to be like? At the end of the day, what is the daily gameplay? And so, I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks really cool. And out of the 3 games that are coming out, it is definitely the one I'm the most interested in. But I'm definitely going to honestly wait. I'm good. I mean, I don't have any other way of saying it. I'm just gonna wait and see. Yeah, because there's a chance that they make this big expansive world, but the actual gameplay mechanics don't fill that world adequately. And I mean, I could be wrong. It could just be everything anyone's ever wanted in a Pokemon game, but we'll see what happens. I can't I can't get these sprites right. I keep taking too much. So I have this extra layer that I get to play with, right? And I'm debating making the city itself kind of split on 2 levels. The problem with that is that it's not easy. I'd have to really consider the size of each building and where the buildings are placed so that I could weave these cliffs through it. That being said, I shouldn't get too far into designing this corner before building out the most important elements. The most important elements obviously being the borders, so I know exactly how big I can. That's immediately 1 border. Player can't go farther than that. And there we go. It doesn't match up. And now I could choose if I want it to be more rock or more tree. I think I'll only go like that and then make the rest tree. Which means that's where the cutoff. Okay. I think we know enough about the edges. Oh, I made that edge too far. Well, did I? This is interesting. Every time I put trees all the way up to the rock, I debate where the trees should go and side. Yeah, I think I need to bring this down. There we go. Here we go. Now let's close it. Oh. And we now have separated the trees. I mean, this is the closest they'll be, and I still need to figure out what I exactly want to do here. I'll probably put a building right here. I'll probably put a gym right here. I think I'm just gonna. I think I'm just going to bring these trees down. Bring this pond or the river down into this corner, and then hopefully it doesn't take up too much space. One. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna do what I did when we were first looking at the southern trail. I'm just going to kind of lay out the paths so I can kind of start to figure out, okay, where am I putting my buildings? Where are like my main roads going to be? Which the player, I think we'll do something like this. Maybe I don't want to go that far up. I'll just go that far. All the way across. There's gonna be... I guess before I get too far into building out the roads, we should also talk about where the gym's going. I already decided I'm putting a gym up here. Might as well throw it down so I can build around it. And I think I'll go right against the cliffside. And then the second thing is, so the thing about this is there's going to be 2 gyms in this one town, and the other gym is going to be blocked by strength. And so, like, Rock Smash and Cut are just barriers, but strength you can actually build, like, kind of puzzles around. I mean, I know that in the original games, strength was used a lot with like holes, pits that you drop the boulder through to different levels, and that could help you with like ice mazes or whatnot. I'm not going to do that because this is in the open world, but I can still hopefully configure some rocks that you can push around in a way that it isn't so obvious exactly how to get through it. So with that in mind, I think I'll put it down here, and then I can build out a couple obstacles, some rocks. While I'm thinking about that, I mean, with how this is going, this may end up being the rock gym. I'll actually put down some dirt, and we'll transition to some dirt at this point. Oh, I'm using that backwards. There we go. Yeah, and then I'll scatter some movable rocks, some non-movable rocks, maybe even a little bit of strength right there. And I think I want to move that town as well. After we get the layout of the roads, I think I'm going to call it a night. That being said, I will not be streaming over the week, so I will be back on Monday. Man, game soundtrack's awesome. I'll always love the Gen 4 soundtrack. Let's actually measure this out. Let's make this. Alright, so that's 20. So this tile that the cursor's on is the dead center. So if I want to center it, then I just have to go right here. There we go. See, the thing I dislike about that is how odd that is. Maybe it would be best to just do something like this. I can do something like that. Do something like this. And I think that gives me enough room. I still have the joy of figuring out where this cliff will go. I think I just decided what I'll do. This. Which means that I need to bring this over one. And then bring this out. There. Up and down. That. And there we go. I need to. The player can't come. Okay. Sweet. We'll keep moving on this another night, but as always, to end it, let's take a walk through the town. we'll get in here and we'll add this map. Yeah, look at that. There's only one more after this one thrown in. Yeah. And there it is. That'll be the last part of it. Man. I think it looks great. But I am very biased. I may change the music on this. It's a little bit too, I don't know, I don't think it blends well with the other songs that are immediately. I'm just checking the borders, walking in places that you shouldn't be able to walk. That shadow animation goes so far. See that? It's still there. Okay, so the player will be able to surf. I will build this out. I think I'll put a beach access point, so hypothetically you could sail straight from here into town. I'll also probably put where I'm standing the not only the entrance, but also somewhere close here you'll get surf. Probably a guy you talk to. And maybe I'll lock it behind, you know, you need 2 gym badges or something, so that you can't just immediately catch a, you know, basic Pokemon that's level 5 and teach it surf. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll be back live on Monday.